Okay, so let's do a good review of this unit. First thing we're going to review is the greatest common factor. So let me find the factors of all my numbers. So my factors of 16, right? The numbers that multiplied are equal to 16. I'm going to say 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and then 4 times 4. All of these are the factors of 16. Now let me find my multiplications that are equal to 48. So 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16, 4 times 12, 6 times 8, and then that's it. My factors of 32 are 1 times 32, 2 times 16, 3 is not a factor, but 4 times 8, 5, 6, 7 are not factors. So now the greatest common factor, let's see, I see 8 as a common factor. My question is there anything bigger than that? Yep, 16. 16 is the greatest common factor. So it has to be a factor. So of all of them, that's what common factor means. The greatest obviously is there's no other common factor bigger than that. So 16 is the biggest common factor. Now let's take a look at number 56. My factors of 48 are going to be 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16, 4 times 12, and then 6 times 8. My factors of 24 are 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Now my factors of 36 are going to be 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and 6 times 6. So let me find a common factor. I see 12. 12 is a common factor. Anything bigger than 12? No. So that's it. 12 is the greatest common factor. Now let's take a look at 57 and 58. I'm reviewing the least common multiple of each. Okay, so let me do the multiples of 40. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with 40. And each list, each numbered, I mean, I'm going to increase by 40. So 40 plus 40 is 80, plus 40 is 120, plus 40 more is 160, then 200, 240, 280, 320, 360, and then 400. Wow, that's a lot. I'm going to stop there. Now let me take a look at fact of multiples of 32. So I'm going to start with 32. And for each additional number, each number, I'm going to add 32. So I get 64, 96, 128, 160, 192, 224, 256, 288, and let me stop at 320. Right, I started with 32 and each time I added 32 more. Now let me find multiples of 12. Let me see. Let me change this to green. So I'm gonna go 12, 24. Like each time I add 12 more, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132, 144, 156. Okay, let me stop here. Do I see a common factor? I mean, a common multiple. So a number that is a multiple for all of them. Nope, not yet. Okay, so I continue. After 156, I get 168, 180, 192, 204, 216, 228, 240. Okay, do I see a common multiple? No, not yet. Okay, so I guess I continue. 252, 264, 276, 288, 300, 312. Wow, how far is this gonna go? Okay, so my side, I kept on going to my end. You guys don't see it, but I kept on increasing my list. The number where eventually they all meet, the number that is going to be the least common multiple will be 960. Whoa, okay. So it will happen sometimes. It will happen. Now let's take a look at question number 58. I want to find my least common multiple of 30, 20, and 40. Okay, let me find my multiples of 30. So 30, 60, 90, 120. Let me find my multiples of 20. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Let me stop there. Now let me find my multiples of 40. There's 40, 80, 120. Oops, let me stop here. I see a common multiple. Now my question is there a smaller common multiple? Nope. It's a 120. Now let me come back. Let me take a look at these two. Something really big, kind of like question number 57, 960. You might find it in homework, because in homework I want you to practice, but you're not going to find such a big number or quizzes and tests. Homework, doable. You can find it in homework. Quizzes and tests, I'm not going to be doing big numbers. All right, now last part, let me review 59 and 60. Factor the common factor out of each expression. So number-wise, the biggest number my numbers here can be divided by is a 2. That's going to be my greatest common factor. Letter-wise, b to the 4th, right? The smallest exponent. Because I want my parentheses to start with positive, and my first term is a negative. So my common factor, let me also factor the negative sign. I want my parentheses to start with positive. So what I'm going to do, each of my numbers, I'm going to divide by -2. Each of my letters, I'm going to subtract 4 from the exponent. So I'm going to have -2 divided by -2 is 1. And then letter-wise, I'm going to get b to the 1. Now, I don't write the 1 in front of the b. I will write the 1 if there's no letter, okay? Now, my second term, 2 divided by -2 is a -1. Letter-wise, I don't have anything. So in this case, I do write the 1, right? -1. I don't have a b, so I do write the 1, and that's it. I basically did the distributive property backwards. Let's take a look at number 60. Number-wise, I can divide each of my numbers by 2. Letter-wise, nothing. The last term doesn't have a letter, so I cannot factor a letter. So open parentheses, each of my numbers divide by 2. So that's going to give me 3r to the second plus 2. Right? Each of my numbers, the 6 and the 4, I divided each by 2. All right, let me zoom out. That's basically what we did today.